subscribers and a lot of comments, even though I've only done like 2 videos, or 3 maybe. It turns out that because I'm recording this video on an iPad, and then I am doing I'm mixing the audio and then adding it to the video using Windows PC. I'm not sure if that's actually like the biggest problem, but it's the fact that the video on the iPad is recorded in a variable frame rate. And so when I was trying to import the video into Adobe Premiere to do the mixing, it causes all kinds of issues with the time. And so the video and the audio would get way out of sync. So it's I think because Premiere is made more for like pro video recording equipment, and this iPad, I mean, I like the quality of the video. It suits the purposes for this, because I don't even know how many people are going to be watching this video of it. I've considered doing just audio and not worrying about the video, because one of the other obstacles to getting content up is the fact that recording this higher quality video takes a long time to render because of the variable frame rate. First it has to import, and just importing a 20-minute long or longer video can take quite a significant amount of time, like I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes or something. And then I've got to edit the sound and stuff together. That doesn't really take very long. That's probably the shortest, amount of time. But then it takes another, couple of hours to render, usually, and then a couple of hours to upload or whatever. Like, for instance, that Enneagram video that I did, that a lot of you seem to like, took like probably overnight to upload or something. So that video was much longer than I really intended to make. I was planning to do like a shorter overview, but I know that most people don't seem to have problems with long videos because a lot of people are trying to sleep. So even if it's a little boring, it might be okay. Like this ramble was probably pretty boring because I didn't have any kind of topic today that I wanted to talk about. So I don't know exactly how long this is going to turn out to be. It might be pretty short, in which case I apologize, but I do want to let everybody know that I have no idea if I can make regular content, which I would like to, but games and stuff on there. And you would think that because it has a disk drive, that it would be capable of reading DVDs, but I think some of the earlier models were capable of doing that, but now they're not. They can't do that anymore, or they just the drive itself, I think, has no capability to actually read a DVD. I heard some, I don't know if it's true or not, that the GameCube discs, and I don't know if it's like this for the Wii discs as well, were actually burned like backwards or in the opposite direction. Like I think a normal CD starts from the inside and goes outward, but on the GameCube it goes backwards or something. And I wonder if it's like that for the Wii discs too, but for whatever reason I can't actually play a DVD on there, which stinks because then I need another device like a laptop or something to play it. Or you have to spend the time ripping it, which can sometimes be a pain, but it's not so much that it's a pain to do, it just takes a long time. If you've ever used Handbrake, that's the program that I use. It's probably the most well-known, I would speculate. And it works really, really well. You can rip it to various qualities, and there's a lot of different options, and it seems to work very well to play on a lot of different devices and that sort of thing. Yeah. But other than that, I've been using Plex. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a streaming app that allows you to stream your video and music collection of media files to Google TV or a Roku, or I don't know if they have an app for Apple TV. I think they do, because they also have apps for iOS and Android devices. Some of them cost money, but I know, for instance, on iOS, if you have VLC, that you can stream to that from a Plex server, and it's free to set up. It's kind of similar to the Windows Media Center TV thing. I don't know what to call it. I've been trying to think about what other kinds of devices I might want to get or upgrade to, because I have a device called a Logitech Review for Google TV. It came out a couple of years ago for like $99. I already had a TV, so I wasn't in the market for a Google TV, capable TV or anything. And then it got discontinued, so it stopped getting Android updates, and a lot of the apps work well, just fine, like YouTube and Netflix. I had a SoundCloud app on there for a while that worked just fine. The Plex app works great, but it doesn't support Chromecast, and it doesn't support. Recently, the Amazon Instant Video stopped working, and I'm not sure what happens. It was just set up to run on the Chrome browser, and now every time you run it, it just crashes the browser, which is a big bummer. So I don't know really what to do about that. I've been looking at the new Roku, which just recently got a YouTube app, and obviously I watch a lot of YouTube, so that would be cool. It also has a cool feature where you can plug headphones into the remote, so that, say for instance, if you want to watch an ASMR video on your TV, but you still want to wear headphones, you could just plug those right into the remote. I know people, this is starting to sound like an ad for a Roku, and I don't have any ads enabled on this channel. I don't know how you guys feel about ads. I know that a lot of YouTube content creators have them on their channel, and I think that's how you make money on YouTube. spend the money that they get on better equipment so that you can have better binaural recordings or better video quality. And like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind having a nicer camera, maybe to import to Adobe Premiere and, give me a quicker step in editing video and that sort of thing. But that being said, I don't have any money to donate to any ASM artists, at least not right now, because I'm just trying to save more money, so I don't have the kind of disposable income that would really allow me to, donate to all my favorite content creators and then also have a social life, or whatever. Also do the other things I have prioritized in my life right now, so it's just a tricky thing. I hope that anybody who watches this doesn't think I'm a terrible person for not donating or for not watching ads. But yeah, like I said, I don't have any ads on here. It might be interesting to see, if I would make any money by putting ads on this channel and making more regular content, but I'm not really sure. And for sure you can leave feedback about it. One thing I can do, even though, at least for the time being, it seems like I'm not going to be able to put up regular videos, is you can leave a comment, because I can still reply to comments. Obviously, background noise doesn't affect that at all, and gosh, I really know how frustrating it can be when you find an ASM artist that you really like. Another reason that I decided to make this channel, I've probably talked about it before, but just the fact that it seems to be hard to find just consistent binaural ear-to-ear whispers. And I mean like stereo whisper. I don't really mean binaural, because this isn't really a true binaural setup, but I just like the extremities of the left and the right field of the stereo field. So, it's not really binaural, but so I feel good about contributing to the kind of ASMR that triggers me, which is primarily this. Even though this video, because it's my own voice, it doesn't really do anything for me, but I was hoping that maybe these videos could be like an example to the other content creators, because sometimes you'll see somebody's ear-to-ear whisper, and they'll just be like directly in between both microphones, and they won't go really very far to the left or right. They just kind of are out to one side a little or the other, but they don't get way in really close. That's the best part, in my opinion. So, well, I kind of talked for a while now about a bunch of different stuff and about the channel and everything like that. It's definitely a project I wish I could invest more in, but I'm trying to, figure out what kinds of things I want to devote my spare time to. Because probably, like most of you, it seems like I never end up with enough time to actually do all the things I want to. And even though I like to plan for plan to be able to do things like cleaning or just keeping up with all the stuff that we all need to keep up with in our life, it just seems like no matter how much time you set aside for it, that it can always take up more time, and that you never still have wound up with the time to do the things that you wanted to do when you got done with the things that you needed to do. So, but anyways, really, again, I appreciate everybody who's been watching these videos and sharing them, and yeah, I just wanted to take this time now because there's no noises now, so that kind of surprised me, and I said, well, I should probably go ahead and make another ASMR video right now while I have the opportunity. That way, it doesn't seem